Hey everyone, this is Sarah Black and welcome to my channel. I recently watched the live action Mulan and much to no one's surprise, I was very underwhelmed. And I knew leading up to the movie, I was going to be very disappointed because let's face it, they canned the best parts of the cartoon. I mean, we didn't get Mushu, we didn't get singing, the cricket is a human, and there was no love interest. I mean, no Li Shang, are you serious? Come on, guys. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. But you know what? I tried to have an open mind, and half out of boredom and half out of quarantine, I decided to give Mulan a watch. In the hopes that it would at least be a crazy, colorful, wire-aided, stunt-filled, action-packed, gravity-defying, flowy dress, beautiful fighting ladies foreign film. And it fell short on so many accounts. Now, I'm probably not going to get into the nitty-gritty of why this film failed, because so many people on the internet have already covered this topic to ad nauseum, and I think that they did a better job of bringing up all of the nuanced points than I will ever do. So I'm probably just going to draw a really cool drawing and talk about that some more. My main complaint with this movie was pretty basic. It's pretty much that it's not as good as the animated movie, which none of the live action films have been, so I'm not really sure why this is a surprise, but at the same time, this film looked so different from all of the other films, so I thought it at least stood a chance of being a decent standalone movie. And for some reason, when I saw the direction that Disney went with the cast, I had assumed that they'd also gotten a Chinese director and writer as well, similar to what they did with Black Panther when they just made everyone involved in the film representative of the actual content of the film. So I was actually hoping that this would just be a really cool retelling of Mulan, and it would have been like a really cool thing to experience during quarantine where you can't actually go outside too much and you definitely can't travel. So it would have just been a nice slice of something else just coming at you in your living room. It's this nice Chinese legend told from the Chinese perspective with a Chinese cast, and you'd feel like you were off on an adventure for like an hour and a half or something like that. And then when I watched the movie, I realized how very, very wrong I was. The only thing remotely Chinese about this movie was the cast. Everything else was as chipotle as you could get. Yes, I said chipotle. I think most people use the term vanilla, but I use chipotle. And I think you guys all know what that means. It was just... Anyways, without further ado, we're going to just sidestep away from this sticky situation and talk more about the drawing. So, as I said before, I really like the direction that Disney originally was going with the idea of Mulan in this live action, you know, just like this beautiful actress who plays her, and with it being more realistic. So, that is the direction that I took with this drawing. So, I dug into my past knowledge of the Chinese films that I watch on Netflix, and in a lot of those films the girls and they're mostly sorceresses too, but you know what, Mulan was like technically low-key a sorceress. So they have like the long like sort of fingernails, and then they have like the long hair, and they also have long dresses, and the sleeves of their dresses pretty much go down all the way to the floor and kind of like drag behind them, and then when they do their little stunts, the sleeves just fly everywhere, and it's really cool because like sometimes they use their sleeves as a weapon. And so I really like that aspect of the movie, so I decided to give Mulan some crazy sleeves. And then this image is going to be a still of the final fight scene where Mulan is on the rooftops and she has her little fan and she's fighting the villain of the movie, and then Mushu comes with his rockets to shoot him off the roof, except in this drawing Mushu is like a legit full-on dragon. So yeah, I took a little bit of liberties with that, but I just wanted people to see And by people, I mean Disney, because obviously Disney high-level executives are gonna watch my drawing and be like, damn it, we should have gone that route instead. So you're welcome, everybody. Maybe the next time they redo Mulan, you're gonna see a little bit of this. So this is how I would incorporate a dragon into a live action movie. Like, we get it if he can't be a funny dragon because no one can replace Eddie Murphy. So we would have just accepted a very scary, cool dragon. That, as Mushu said in the original cartoon, he was only that small since he was travel size. His real size would have scared her. This is Mushu's real size. And he's leaping into battle and he's like, I'll protect you and I'm also very scary. That is the explanation for what's happening here. Color-wise, I decided to base Mulan's costume off of the original costume she wears in the end of the cartoon, just because it's infinitely more colorful than the outfits they have her in. She kind of just monotone red, and it kind of would have had her blending in with Mushu, so you can't have like too much red stuff happening. So as far as Mulan's clothes are concerned, I decided to sort of give her a mashup between male and female outfits. So the top half of her dress has the flowy sleeves and it's very graceful, and it looks like dresses that a lot of the female characters wear. On the bottom half, the women don't normally wear pants. They have a dress and it's very flowy and it goes all the way down to the ground and then some sometimes. However, for Mulan, I figured since, you know, she already spends half the story disguised as a man, that she would also just like kept the pants out of like efficiency because it'd be easier to fight in and get less in her way. And then you can sort of like imagine that she was just wearing pants under her dress and she kind of gave it a nice little slit to make fighting and flipping easier. And that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this Mushu Mulan team up takedown of villains, go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you are in the commenting mood, go ahead and let me know if you watched Mulan and if you liked Mulan. That is that. This is the end of the video. If you want to follow more of my things on the daily, you can follow me on Instagram at HV_studios. Alright, stay safe everyone, and goodbye!